The kitchen wasn't on fire, but it felt like everything was burning. And standing there holding a plate that could decide everything, Mira whispered, "Just one last time." This is a story about failure. The quiet kind. The kind that doesn't shout but slowly breaks you from the inside. Mira was 26, a small town girl with a simple dream. She didn't want a big office or a fancy title. She just wanted to cook. Because food made her feel alive. It was the only thing she never doubted. After years of saving money, she opened a small cloud kitchen. One room, one stove, one dream. In the beginning, it felt magical. Her first order came at 11:32 inches the morning. A simple veg sandwich. Her hands were shaking, but her heart felt light. She packed it carefully, as if it was something fragile. When the delivery person left, she just stood there waiting. Waiting for a review, a sign, something. Hours passed. Nothing came. But she smiled anyway, and told herself, maybe tomorrow. The next day, 3 orders came. Then 5. Slowly, it started growing. Mira was tired but happy. She felt like she was finally building something of her own. Then one day, everything shifted. A review came in. Food was average, not worth the price. Just one line. But it stayed. She read it again and again. That night, she couldn't sleep. A thought came quietly. Maybe I'm not that good. But she pushed it away. The next day, another review came. Too oily. Then another. Late delivery. Slowly, good words disappeared, and doubts took their place. Orders started dropping. From 10 a day to 4. From 4 to 1. Some days none. The same kitchen that once felt full of life now felt empty. The stove stayed cold. Utensils untouched. Mira stopped opening the app. Stopped checking anything. Her savings were running out. Rent was getting close. Every night, she stared at the ceiling, asking herself, was this a mistake? Should I just stop? One afternoon, a notification came. An order after 3 days. Just one. A paneer sandwich. She looked at the screen, but her hands didn't move. What's the point? She whispered. What if they don't like it again? For the first time, she felt fear, not excitement. Minutes passed. The timer was running. Accept or reject. Her finger hovered over the screen, and suddenly she pressed reject. Silence. That was it. She sat on the kitchen floor, back against the wall, eyes empty. The dream paused right there. That evening, her father called. He asked how work was going. She paused and said softly, I think I want to quit. There was silence. Not anger, not disappointment, just a pause. Then he said, Can I ask you something? She said yes. When was the last time you did this without fear? She didn't answer, because she knew. It had been a long time. After the call, she walked into the kitchen again. Everything looked the same, but she didn't. She picked up a knife, started cutting vegetables slowly. No rush, no pressure, just cooking. Like she used to, like she loved. That night, she opened the app again. No orders. But this time, she didn't feel defeated. She opened her menu, started reading, and suddenly she realized something. She had changed. To please reviews, she had changed her recipes, reduced flavors, adjusted everything, trying to fit expectations, but losing herself. Tears rolled down her face. This isn't my food, she whispered. And in that moment, something shifted. The next morning, she made a decision. No big plan, no announcement, just one thought. One last time, my way. She updated the menu, changed descriptions, uploaded real photos, her food, her style. Then she waited. Hours passed. Nothing happened. Then suddenly a notification came. One order. The same paneer sandwich. She smiled a little. This time she didn't hesitate. She cooked with focus, with care. Every detail mattered, not for ratings, but for herself. She packed it gently, closed the lid, and before handing it over, she whispered, "Just one last time." That night, a new review came. Her heart raced as she opened it slowly. Felt like home. "Thank you." Just one line. But everything changed. Tears filled her eyes. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. The next day, 2 orders came, then 3. Growth was slow, but steady. Some people liked it, some didn't. But Mira didn't break this time, because now she wasn't chasing approval. She was doing what she loved. Months later, her kitchen was alive again. Not huge, not famous, but real. Just like her. Because sometimes we don't fail because we're not good enough. We fail because we forget who we are. And maybe all we need is one last try. Not to impress the world, but to be true to ourselves. Don't give up because it's hard. Give yourself one last chance. Not to be perfect, but to be real. Because sometimes that one last time is the one that brings you back.